Hi, I'm Jim Carson from Blackstock Ford in Orangeville, Ontario. December 29th, a perfect day to test drive a 727 horsepower supercharged Mustang. Don't you think? Well, you probably don't. But today I want to stress the Torsen limited slip axle and why you should consider Mustang can be definitely a great all year round car. It's minus 16 degrees Celsius. It's one of the warmest days we've had so far. Perfect. Let's get on the road. We're going to compare the Focus RS, equipped with the factory supplied Michelin Alpine snow tires. And on the Mustang, we have the Toyo Observe G3 Ice. Why? They're the only ones I could get. But they're also a great tire, and they feature an interesting technology, crushed walnuts for added grip. We're going to check them. We're going to compare it to an F-150 with what's called all-terrain tires. Come with us. Let's have some fun. Okay, we're at the test site. We chose this parking lot. It's a school that's closed for the Christmas holidays. Perfect opportunity to test the Torsen axle and snow tires and see just how viable a Mustang, whether it be the EcoBoost with this performance package or the GT. I'm sure from my experience in driving that Mustang Venom 727 horsepower in the summertime, get on it, full acceleration, I just could not believe the grip I was getting. I was convinced it wasn't just the great tires, which we did switch out to the Michelin Pilots, but it was also the Torsen axle. For 2018, the Summer Series tires in the performance package are the new Michelin Pilot S4s. Now, those are rated as a summer tire. I can tell you that at 4 degrees Celsius, a very common morning temperature in both spring and fall, that those tires are like hockey pucks. I could barely get the clutch out without those rear wheels spinning. That's why they're called summer tire. They're just not suitable for colder temperatures. But that's no reason not to consider a Mustang. We know it's great value and it's great fun. Why not consider your Mustang as an all year round car so you can have fun all year round? An SUV, sure, is much better in the wintertime, but really, you want to drive it in the summertime compared to this baby? I don't know. We're going to compare it to the Focus RS. We're also going to compare it with an F-150 I brought. It does have the traction lock axle, so we're going to try it in 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and it has, quote unquote, the all-terrain mud and snow tires. Now, Torsen axle, before I go any further, if you're not familiar with it and you don't believe me, just check it out on YouTube. Search How Stuff Works Torsen Axle. It's sold by the JTEC Corporation and it's featured in many competitive vehicles. The AM General Humvee features Torsen axles. Many of the performance cars such as the Nissan Skyline GT. You've got the Mustang GT and the Shelby, even Camaro Z28 has a Torsen limited slip axle. It is a fantastic feature that makes a world of difference in driving a rear-wheel drive car all year round. We're going to show you that today. Okay, before we get started, I'm introducing my co-driver here. Now, Mike Davis has been a customer of the dealership and has driven many Fords for 30 years. I asked him to come out here and volunteer. He's considering a new car next year and had initially eliminated the Mustang because of his concerns of winter driving. Mike, you've never driven any of these cars before?
Never driven any of them.
And you've certainly never driven a 700 horsepower Mustang?
Never had the privilege.
But you do have currently a Focus. It's lowered. It's got performance tires on it.
Absolutely. Got an all-wheel drive Edge that I usually rely on in the winter.
Okay, so you're a pretty good judge. You drive a lot. You drive about 40 to 50,000 K a year.
Easily.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. You pick. Which one do you want to start out first with?
I'm going to call you out on the Mustang.
You got it. You're in the Mustang. I'll take the Focus RS. Let's see what we got. Now, Mike, you've not driven the car before, so I'm going to let you take a test run first.
Okay.
If you go to those 4 toggle switches, you'll be able to select your mode. Go to the far right and select that until you see the snow and ice mode. That's going to greatly reduce the torque, especially off the line. And you try that.
Got it.
See how you go.
All right.
Give her hell, my friend. Okay, Mike Davis, 727 horsepower Venom, Toyo Observes. Go, go, go! This time, I want you to take it off snow and ice mode. I just want you to go to regular mode. We're not going to do something so stupid as track mode, but I want you to get on this and feel secure. You're not going to be able to make this ass end move. It's going to stay planted, I guarantee it. That Torsen axle, those tires, let it rip. I mean, I don't know if you can see that on camera. I hope you can. That back end was perfectly straight the whole way. That's just not possible without those tires and that axle. Feel like ice racing. All right, let it rip. All right, how was that?
It's pretty good. Straight line. Even when it slipped out on a turn, it picked up right away. I'm really impressed. Jeff.
Well, you know, the other thing we should mention about that Torsen axle, it also works in reverse, unlike limited slip axles. So I'm going to get you to back it up. I'm going to take you on with the Focus RS. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so that Focus RS, as expected, all-wheel drive with that new mechanical front diff, 2018, and the Michelin Pilot Alpines did a great job. But I think that Mustang still more than held its own. But let's do a more fair comparison. I'm going to now take the 2016 F-150 I have here, an EcoBoost with the Hankook all-terrain mud and snow tires. I'm going to leave it in two-wheel drive, but I am going to engage the traction lock axle. And now let's see how we do. Okay, I'm in two-wheel drive. I had the traction lock axle engaged. Now I think you get a little more fair competition. Are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1. Oh, traction control's kicking in. Traction control's holding me back. Same traction. I'm going to engage it in four-wheel drive. I'm in four-wheel drive now. That wasn't much of a competition. I couldn't get any grip. Oh, you started in second? Okay. Whatever works for you. We're here to test that axle and compare it. I'm going to try it in four-wheel drive. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, I took him off the line. He wasn't paying attention there. Okay, Mike. Well, you had some good runs in that Mustang. How do you feel? How's the confidence in driving the car?
Straight line is fantastic. I expected way more fishtailing out of it. I don't care that the four-wheel drive beat me. I was comfortable, confident. I'd make it through a green light in a bad snowstorm, and that as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and we're going to test that next because the acceleration is just one part of it. And this is just a demonstration to show you how good that axle is. You still got to stop and steer. And these tires are far superior. That F-150, even with those mud terrain tires or all-terrain tires, so-called mud and snow, I was sliding all over the place.
When you look at my lines, are way straighter than yours, even with the tires.
All right, well, you get in the RS, I'll get back in the F-150. I'll be in four-wheel drive. We'll see what happens here.
Sounds good.
On 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Oh, he's smoking me. He's killing me. We got to get off of it before I slip. Okay, like I said, steering, stopping. Don't know how well I'm going to be able to demonstrate this, but I am traction control full in, and this F-150, and I'm trying to turn, and I can't. All right, as I said, it's not just about acceleration. Matter of fact, the faster you go, the more dangerous it is. Obviously, we all know that. But steering and stopping without the proper tires, let's check it out on this F-150. I'm just going to drift right through this corner. I've been practicing a couple of times. I just can't get grip, but let me demonstrate. Full on acceleration. I got the full wheel cranked all the way. I just can't get any grip. Traction control is taking control, and I got nothing. I'm absolutely dead. Sliding through the corners. I can't really brake properly. I don't really have confidence on this snow-covered surface here. Let's try it in the RS and the Venom and see how it compares. Okay. Venom Mustang. Gonna try some tests here and see how we can steer and maneuver on this snow and ice and do some braking. Gotta try and stay reasonably close to the camera. The wireless mic I'm wearing here loses connection when we get away, but let's try this. Turn left, turn right, turn left again. Traction control is working, axle's keeping me very solidly planted. I just feel in control. I go to brake, no problem. great control. I could drive this every day. The back end is so controllable with this Torsen axle. It's so much fun to drive. I'm going to give it the RS is fun to drive too, but having driven this car in the summertime, experienced the thrill of the acceleration of all this power. This is fantastic value. We all know Mustang's great value. When you look at a really well-equipped EcoBoost with the performance package, and you're still under 35,000 Canadian before the incentives are taken off, and you really got to seriously consider that a great, great value. Let alone the Mustang GT for 2018 will be back with the Venom package. You'll be supercharged 700 horsepower, somewhere in the early 50s. I mean, just great value. And you don't have to treat this car as your special summer toy. This car can be an all year round car, especially with the Torsen axle and snow tires. Okay, Focus RS. I mean, man, this car is so much fun. You know about the drive modes. The new drift stick that Ford Performance has bought out, that looks like a great option, a lot of fun. Control your electronic emergency brake. But just the drive mode, I'm going to leave it out of drive mode for the first show. Let's just see what kind of grip and traction I get pulling out of corners in this RS. Oh, nice launch. Total control there. I can feel the axles kicking in. I feel it planted. Nice shift. Doesn't feel like a front end push. Definitely hear that axle working. Alright, let's try it one more time in the drift mode. Here we go, drift mode. Woo! More fun you can have in anything in this baby. Perfect. Total in control. This is blast. Look at it now. Oh yeah, man. Seriously, you can buy this thing? Wow, that is so much fun. Okay, traction control off in the track mode. And it's the fact that it equally puts the power, this Torsen axle puts it to both tires, that I feel so comfortable and so much in control drifting this car. Now we'll bring it back around the other way. There we go. Whew. God, I love Ford Performance. What can I say? What can I say? Ford Performance, man, this is the best it's ever been in history. I love driving these cars. So much fun. Okay, well, we've had enough fun. Well, we haven't really had enough fun.
No.
But Mike, I want to thank you for joining me. What'd you think?
It was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. Big surprise. Honestly, a huge surprise how well that Mustang was with those tires.
Yeah, it's something that just gets lost, and people just assume that it can't be driven all year round. I keep sending that message home, but I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm Jim Carson from Blackstock Ford, Orangeville, Ontario, and you drive us to be different. Thank you.